everybody, welcome to my channel, Ross Recording Studios. Repeat the boss. New guitar day, new guitar day. Been a while since I've got a new guitar. And, as you can see, I've got a few IVYs going on here. A big giant one. This is a monster guitar. This is bigger than the ES-175D by Gibson. And we got the 12 neck going on in the background. And it's funny, the 12 string has two sets of tuning keys on it. This has good tuning keys. The ones that come stock on the Les Pauls are crap, like on a real Les Paul in the 70s. Very clunky, very junky. First thing we do is you go to the store, you spend $400 on a Les Paul used, and we would change the pickups out, we would change the tuning keys. Volume and tone knobs were always fine, everything else was fine. But immediately change out the tuning keys, as you do with the cheap guitar. This one's been modified with Seymour Duncan's. Change the tuning keys out to the, they're not Grovers, they're the, what the hell are they? Klusons. You know, they work very nice. They work beautifully, way better than the stock. But I do notice that every IYV model has different tuning keys on it. And I just was noticing the ILS 300, they have the IJZ 300, they have the IJZ 500. This one is an IP350. So now I figured out the I must stand for IYV. Because every guitar they have starts with I, LS, Les Paul Standard, IJZ, IYV, Jazz. I don't know. Now I'm guessing, right? But this is, I ordered the IP350 Paul Reed Smith copy at $157. Unbelievable. I got it on the screen here. What did it come to with tax? No protection. So with tax it comes to $169. $170 with tax to my door. Brand new. I'm so much more excited about this than a used Les Paul that I would buy for $400. I couldn't afford a Les Paul back then, brand new. Nobody could. Same today. I can't afford to buy a real Les Paul. A friend of ours bought a Les Paul 25th anniversary guitar. He never let anybody play it. He bought that guitar, it was a mint. Play guitar. She ain't touching it. Play it. He's lucky he let us look at it. His name's Maynard. So yeah, that's why I'm so excited about IYV is I get a chance to buy a brand new Les Paul for half the price of a used Les Paul back in the day. So, and I noticed that depending on your model, as you saw in the other videos, the thickness of the neck varies on every guitar. This one is huge. I picked it up and go, wow, this feels like a real Les Paul. It's because the neck is thicker than these. But I think I like the thin neck. I don't know. That's where when you're playing guitars and you have a variety, it's like when everybody buys one of these, it's like, yeah, I got a Gibson sitting there and I keep picking this up, scratching my head. Why do I like this thing so much? One is they have a thin neck. They have shorter and narrower frets in the Gibson. Like you watch the Bald Shredder and he custom orders these things with gigantic frets. Well, that's his preference. You know, I like thin and narrow. Gibson made a fretless wonder. Was the most easy guitar to play. They call it a fretless wonder, all right, because some things were really down there. I don't think these are quite as close as the fretless wonder, but I'm going to custom order one from IV with the thinnest frets and narrowest frets they have. So, while you guys are sitting there checking these guitars out, see that? Green lightsaber matches the green guitar. The red one, it doesn't match the blue at all. You're going to have to run a Christmas, red, white, and blue or something. I don't know. Star Spangled Banner. Matches the Train George one just fine. So, we got to take a quick puff, and then we'll open that box up and see what we got there. So, yeah, talk about airheads. Here's the microphone again. We're going to adjust the mic well, sitting there. So, I buy this stuff, use it. I always knew my voice was terrible because I'm sitting running around the room and not, near the mic, so sometimes it would sound like a cave. And Donald is my best critic in the world. He sees things that I've been doing for 20 years. Example, the PlayStation controller's got this light on it. Hey, the light changes from green to red. What? I've been using the PlayStation for 20 years, and I turned the lights like way down as low as they'll go on the screen because they won't let you turn them off, but I didn't know they change colors. What the hell? So, yeah, Donald is pretty good at picking up stuff that is so obvious. And people think that this guy is sleeping at the wheel. I'll tell you what. Got news for you. He's one of them guys that you think is like doesn't have a clue, and he's got a clue, all right. And that's his game. He pretends that he don't know nothing, but he's smart as a whip. Yeah, he got me a wireless guitar system, so I never even thought about it. So yeah, Donald picks up these things, and he picked up the voice right away. So yeah, now other people say they can't hear me, but I don't care about them. No, just kidding. Donald's like, yeah, you sound like a cave. All right, so we got the wireless mic. I think it works pretty good. I haven't had any bad comments on it, but it should sound better than my last video. And get ready to go on its unboxing, where thanks to IYV has got me back into the game of playing guitar and music big time. Not just a little bit, it's like last time I played guitar in a band was probably 1985. In that area, I played out, but not like, rock bands. So back in the day, I could only ever afford one guitar, that's for sure. Never a brand new one. So thank you, IYV, for getting me back into the game of playing guitar, writing music, because they just got so expensive. It's like, every single thing you want, a Marshall double stack and a head. I couldn't afford all that stuff. I was never rich, and so I'd have to buy the imitation, and that stuff always sounded like garbage. All my pedals sounded like garbage back in the 70s. You guys don't know how good you got it today. The only way you could get good distortion back in the 70s was to have a good Marshall stack or Fender amp and crank it up to get the amp distortion. I tried all distortion pedals and they all sucked. Terrible. Now today they got so many distortion pedals, you can find awesome ones. Personally, I think the Ibanez Tube Screamer is great. I'm going to do more on those in the future. You can see a comparison video between the real world Ibanez and virtual. No difference. And no difference on the quality of Positive Grid's Bias FX. If I would say anything, I would say they designed the Ibanez real world from virtual. Oh. All right. So this is how they come. And at first I you know, like one guy said, I like getting them from the stores. I did too. But when you're buying an imitation guitar for $200, it's like, well, you know, it comes damaged, who cares? You send it back, right? But I found that these boxes are actually pretty good. Now this box may have one little mark. This is where, you know, some come, you know, all depends on dates they're being shipped, right? You got UPS, Amazon Prime, FedEx. Box is perfect inside, nothing came through. I was pretty impressed with the boxing of these things as they come. Make sure I'm not gonna, I knocked this whole guitar over, right? It crashes into the acoustic, the 12 string, and the IJZ. I can knock all of them out in one shot, including damaging the 2 guitars. That's 5 guitars if this fucks up. Oh! Perfect, right? All right. Oh, we just broke our guitar in. And I got to tell you, that's probably the most damage this thing will ever get in its life. Oh my God. Smoke another one. So, if anything, it probably did more damage to the floor than the guitar. God, I'm such an idiot. I'll be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, I think we're all right. I don't think it hurt it any. If it did, I'll send it back to Amazon, right? That's why I buy these at Amazon. Ship it back. They would ship me out a new guitar probably before they got this return, because I'm such a loyal customer and hardly ever return anything. Son of a bitch, that's gonna piss me off all fucking day. Oh shit. So, and I've been waiting for Walmart to deliver my waxing enhancing wipes, not waxing but enhance, so I'm on the band. I'll tell you, this looks good like right there, but it's not enhanced. It doesn't have a fresh coat of wax. And looking at it, it looks really good. And that little mark there wasn't from falling on the floor because it fell face down. But like I said, if this was a PRS guitar that I spent $1,000 for, there's like a little blemish right there that, see it? And you might not be able to see it because it's just not really a blemish or anything. It might polish out. Yeah, like right here, there's like a line, like right there, where the poly like may have kind of not like settled, sort of say, just sort of perfect or something, or they didn't use the buffer on it. But generally, I'll tell you though, look at the polish on that. I mean, this looks phenomenal. I mean, I'm not going to squawk about these little wobbles. The way I would describe it is, I don't know if anybody's ever seen glass from the past. What you got, when they used to make windows in houses, they didn't make windows in window factories like today. You built the windows in place, and then they give you the pieces of glass to fit the sash. And the glass wasn't perfect glass. It always had like wavy textures to it, and depending on, you know, the glass was the thing. But our house, I grew up and didn't have a perfect window anywhere. They all had that wavy finish. So that's the way I could describe that. And it's only like 2 spots. The plastic's on it. Okay, where it has the curve, there's like right there, there's like another little like blurb. And if you can't pick it up on cameras, these are things that I'm talking to you that it doesn't even faze me or bother me whatsoever. It's like, adds what I would call characters. Being a carpenter and working with wood, would always say our odd pieces in there, what's the character, you know? Because we don't want to be bothered cutting another piece of wood that may be perfect. Well, I shouldn't say that, because sometimes, you know, depending on the job, we'd cut stuff over to match, but generally, you know, that's the character, and it's true. All these guitars have what's called character. None of them are even close to the same with their wood grain stripes. They're all, you know, stripy, but they're not the same. But I'll tell you, it almost looks like, if you look at my floor, these are manufactured patterns. You can find the different patterns, every single piece. Like I got a couple burn marks, I could grab another thing off the roll and match it perfectly. Not so with these tops that I'm aware of. I believe they are all individual. Even though, I'll tell you, kind of looking at this one to that one, there's a lot of stuff that's really similar. Very similar, but as far as an exact match, I don't think so. So here we go. Well, I see one thing that I don't think it came off in the fall, but I don't have the little switch cover. That could have popped off when it fell out of the box. I don't know. That could be a deal breaker. Send it back. So I think what I'm going to do before actually anything else will be we'll do a plug-in, play it out of the box as it is. And then okay, let's have it fall over again. Just about. And I wasn't paying attention. I could have just over on the cord cable too. I always do. So we've got different stuff to. Yeah, we're getting an unboxing, all kinds of stuff here. This is another fret gauge, because you're going to laugh when you see this one. Okay. I had this for a year, never used it, don't even. So I bought this one, another one. There's a reason why. And thanks to iRace's garage, I bought some stuff to work on the frets. Unboxing or unbagging? I don't know. We got some. Unbox this. Okay. You know, don't cut that all the way off, because then you have 2 pieces to pick up, right? Oh, these are the nut filers. File the nut, because after watching High Race's Garage, and then probably a couple other videos, but he's the main one that got me inspired, is that, yeah, these are terrible. And I was thinking, I changed different guitars, different gauge strings. I like 10s and 11s. So what if the nut came on a 9? Is it gonna? So that's why I gotta look at them. And I do have an issue with one of my trans orange guitars, the little buzz, so I didn't know if the neck is warping. And I changed the bridge up, but maybe it's the nut, right? I don't know. And what we have here is our fret gauge to check our level. Feeler gauges for the height. Alright, so we've got a lot happening in the next video. Come on! And I think that's going to be about it. We've got the unboxing done. The next video will be a plug-in. So you know, if I plug that as it is. Peace out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment or two. Keep rocking that guitar.